Thank you for watching this presentation. This presentation will consist of information that was presented by ACT Dental in a recent webinar. The webinar focused on ways to improve phone skills. Before we get into the information on phone skills, I want to tell you a little bit about ACT Dental. Kirk Barron and his team at ACT Dental specialize in dental practice coaching. Basically, they find practical and unique ways for dental teams to be more productive. Their philosophies match up with ours, so we always find great value in the ACT Dental presentations. The biggest thing to understand is that the most valuable piece of equipment in your office is the phone. You can spend thousands of dollars on equipment and technology, but if the phone isn't ringing and being handled correctly, all of that fancy equipment will go unused. Let's take a look at some statistics provided by ACT Dental that should help prove this point. 90% of offices don't need new patients. They simply need to be more effective retaining their current patients. 98% of patients say that a bad phone experience gave them a bad impression of the office that they called. And almost 70% of those patients say that they wouldn't call back. Those are some pretty staggering numbers, but they should also show you how important it is to have great phone skills. There are 3 traits that a team member needs to possess to be an all-star on the phone. First, the person needs to have a great telephone voice. They need to speak with some energy, and they need to speak clearly. The patient should have no problem understanding them. Second, the person needs to be overflowing with positivity. If the person is negative, or even neutral, the patient will pick up on that and they will probably try to get off the phone as quickly as possible. Third, the person needs to ask a lot of questions. In a phone conversation, the person asking the questions is the person who is in control of the conversation. Combine these 3 traits and you will be a phone all-star. In general, people love paying for things that they want, but they seem to become very concerned about the price for things that they need. So the key is to get the patients to understand that they need their dental work. How can you do that? One great way is to ask questions. When the patient is answering the questions, it will help them understand why they need to complete their dental work. Be curious and learn as much as you can about the patient you are talking to. Knowing why they are calling will help you better serve them. Let's take a look at some different ways you can integrate questions into your phone calls. Whenever a patient asks you a question, always validate their question by saying, "That's a great question." If they feel like they asked a dumb question, they will be hesitant to ask any more questions and may end the phone call. Another good thing to do is to answer a question with another question. If a patient asks you, "How much is a crown?" you could respond with, "That's a great question. Has a dentist told you that you need a crown?" This can help get the conversation going where it needs to go, which is getting them an appointment on the schedule. It is always a good idea to familiarize the patient with your office. So ask them, "Are you in front of a computer?" If they are, then you can guide them to your website, where they'll be more likely to fill out paperwork or watch some patient education videos. It makes them feel like they are already part of your practice. There are 6 very effective phrases that you can use to enhance your phone skills. As you can see on the screen, these are very simple phrases, but they are extremely effective. Let's get you set up. Help show the patient that it is important to get their appointment scheduled. Let's do this. Helps you get a plan in place with the patient. Using the words awesome, amazing, and fantastic is a great way to brag about your team and your office. Make sure you let the patient know how much they are going to love coming to your office. Always make sure you let the patient know that they have called the right place. They called the dental office that is going to take care of all of their needs. And finally, reassure the patient that you provide the services that they are looking for, and if you can't, you will find them a doctor that will be able to. This will help put the patient at ease. Add these phrases to your bag of tricks, and you will see great results right away. We hope that you take this information from Kirk and his team at ACT Dental and start using it while you are on the phone. When you are on the phone, be positive, be excited, be upbeat. Be excited that the patient on the other end of the phone wants to come to your office. Ask them questions so you can start to make a plan to best serve them. If you understand the value of the phone, you can use it effectively to grow your practice.